Barn burner basketball time on WYKR. This afternoon at Blue Mountain, where the Bucks will be hosting Oxbow in a boys basketball contest. This is Robin Wozni here with Trevor Ferguson. Welcome, Trevor. What are your thoughts about today's game?
Well, I think it could be competitive. I know we saw Oxbow play a handful of games now, and they did pretty well. Blue Mountain's been struggling a bit, but
Oxbow comes into this game at 2-2, so they're looking to come away with a winning record here at the end of the day, and BMU still looking for their first win of the season. They come in at 0-5 so far.
So yeah, they could be pretty hungry for one here. It should be a pretty decent game.
I would think so. I was looking at some stats earlier in the week, and I saw that as far as points per game, Jamal Cebu is leading all BMU scores he's averaging 11.7 points per game. And then second behind him is just a sophomore, I think, junior Brody Scott. Jamal's a senior and Scott's a junior. He's averaging 7.5 points per game. And for Blue Mountain, the rebounds, Connor Daly is averaging 4.3 rebounds per game, and Brody Scott 3.5. And then Jamal Cebu is leading with the steals for BMU. And I looked up for Oxbow, and they don't fill it in like Blue Mountain gets it filled in, but they I know that Jaden Huntoon probably leads their scoring. It's either Jaden Huntoon or Coben Ellsworth, one of the two of them.
Yeah.
So they're coming in here tonight. Oxbow's looking for to come away with a winning record and keep on moving. They've dropped 2 early on in the Stretch Gillum tournament down in White River. And then they've won their last 2, and I think they were canceled. I think everybody was canceled Wednesday night. I'm not sure, but I think they were supposed to play Wednesday night and it got canceled. I couldn't see any reports of the scores there, but I think that's what's happening. We got game coming up. What's our next game, Trevor?
Well, it looks like we'll be Friday night, 6 p.m. Blue Mountain girls will host the Danville Bears.
All right, so a girls' game here between Danville and Blue Mountain, and Blue Mountain girls are looking for they have 1 win, right? Or do they have 2 wins now?
Boy, I don't know.
Listen, this is your dad. You got to get the scoop before you come on air. You got to get the scoop.
What it is.
Do you ever talk to him?
No, not too much.
Try not to talk to him too much. Okay. Well, maybe he'll show up in the gym tonight. We can ask him. I'm not sure, but what else have we got coming up? Let's see. We've got that game next Friday night. We're pretty quiet. Oh, if you'd like a shout-out, send me a text at 802-353-3770. Let us know who you are and where you're hailing from, and we'd love to get your name on the air and give you a shout-out. So these teams they're concluding their warm-ups. They got about a couple more minutes before they're done, and then we'll be starting announcing the starters. But why don't we send it back to the studio, and we'll hear some messages from our sponsors. And again, we thank all our sponsors for joining on. They've done a great job this year. We always have a full menu of sponsors, so we really appreciate that. So we'll send it back to the studio, and we'll be right back after these messages with the starting lineups.
Good luck, teams. Auctioneers C.W. Gray & Sons of East Thetford, a family-owned and operated business for over 60 years, specializes in equipment sales and bargain building products where a bargain becomes a steal, selling doors, windows, vanities, and more, located at Grays Field in Fairleigh, are proud to be sponsoring the radio broadcast of high school basketball.
Averte, we're changing lives through compassionate mental health care. From short-term support to long-term residential programs, our team creates a safe, family-style environment where individuals can thrive. Learn more at averte.com.
In Lancaster, New Hampshire, at North Country Ford, you can rely on fair deals and honest advice as they offer a wide selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, along with many commercial vehicles. They can help you with all of your automotive needs as well, including service to your Ford as well as other brands, a collision center, and financing. At North Country Ford in Lancaster, they take this time to say good luck to the young men and women on the local basketball teams.
Beat the winter chill with a luxurious hot tub from Country Pools and Spas. Visit their showroom in Littleton or browse their selection at countrypools.com. Warm up your winter nights with country pools and spas.
Tonight's live coverage of high school basketball is brought to you by Mount Prospect Academy, proudly supporting young people through education, structure, and opportunity, helping students build strong futures right here in our region. Mount Prospect Academy thanks you for tuning in to support our local athletes.
Green Mountain Merchandise has been making Vermont shine for nearly 40 years. Whether it's custom t-shirts, embroidered hats, or event swag, they bring your vision to life. Proudly local, proudly yours. Check out Green Mountain Merchandise in Wells River or visit greenmountainmerchandise.com.
Rich Clifford Concrete of North Haverhill hopes you're enjoying the live coverage of local high school basketball. If you have a project that requires concrete, call Rich Clifford Concrete at 603-787-2573. Rich Clifford specializes in foundations, concrete floors, slabs, retaining walls, and more. If it involves concrete, call Rich Clifford Concrete in North Haverhill.
Welcome back to the Harry M. Road Gymnasium. This is Robin Wozni alongside Trevor Ferguson at BMU, where the BMU boys are going to be taking on the Olympians of Oxbow. You got some starters over there?
Yes, I do. You can do the rundown. For Blue Mountain, we'll have number 4, Landon Houle, number 11, Dylan LaCase, number 23, Jamal Sabu, number 35, Brody Scott, and number 55, Jacob Roberts. And for the Oxbow Olympians, we will have number 0, Jaden Huntoon, number 2, Jonathan Smith, number 10, Coben Ellsworth, number 11, Jackson Griffin, and number 15, Griffin Pike.
All right, and the BMU Bucks are coached by Mike Scott. They come into this contest at 0-5. The visiting Oxbow Olympians are coached by Jesse Ellsworth, and they come into this contest at 2-2. Oxbow plays in the Division III tournament, BMU in the Division IV tournament, so this is not a divisional game. Blue Mountain will actually get some extra points by winning this game if they could pull that off. Blue Mountain's coming wearing their home whites with their yellow trim and gold trim, I should say, and Oxbow in their away purples with the white trim. Again, if you would like a shout-out, I got first shout-out goes to Carl in the Man Cave. And shout-out to him. Let me see if Patch is listening too. And 10 to Patch, okay, in the Man Cave. And they're dissing our colleagues. So you weren't scheduled for this game originally, right?
No, I'm a fill-in right now.
You're a fill-in because Neil and company decided not to show up. Right, Neil and crew decided not to show up tonight, right?
That's right.
So it's Waz and crew tonight.
It is.
Trevor's here.
I'm here. I'm always here.
Filling in because he just loves the game.
That's right.
They are, we have 3 blind mice tonight, too.
Yes, we do.
We have 3 blind mice, the officiating crew, as I like to call them, in other words, 3 blind mice, are led by Don Taylor. He's the head ref tonight, and then Peter Hicks and Jason Fremont. So you know 3 men is going to come to 3 times as many fouls, right?
I think so. We've seen a lot of 3-man crews this year.
I know. Well,
I don't know what they're doing.
Schools have to now. I think the rule is, and don't quote me on this, but I was leaning towards this, because you have 3-man crews in the playoffs, starting in the quarters, or in the playdowns. You have to have a 3-man crew in the playoffs. I think each school has to hire a 3-man crew for at least 2 home games for both the girls and the boys.
Oh.
So there's total, if you would, 4 3-man crews for your home season.
Yeah.
So that's 4 games out of 20, 10 for the girls, 10 for the boys. All right, we're ready for the national anthem here, so they're announcing the 3 blind mice like I just did.
Join us as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, now you have it. It's the players have been announced. The song has been played. It's game time on WYKR 101.3 FM. So we got a shout out to Carl and to Patch up in the man cave up there in the outskirts of Groton Heights, and we got a shout out to Mike in North Haverhill, who's going to be sending me football scores throughout the game here, and we are getting ready to tap it up. We've got Mike Scott not Mike, he looks just like his dad. Mike Scott's the coach. His son, Brody Scott, Jr., is going to be jumping for a BMU. He is standing at center court. And as Oxbow breaks the huddle, walking to center court, I believe it's going to be Jaden Huntoon. No, it's going to be Ellsworth. Ellsworth's going to take one of the shorter guys on the team, but I guess he's got some ups. We'll see, huh?
Yes, we will. Here we go.
All righty. Taylor blows the whistle. He throws the ball up in the air, and it's controlled by Oxbow. Oxbow's Huntoon has the ball. He gives it off into the hands of Smith. Smith with the ball over to Ellsworth, then out to Huntoon. They're out well beyond the arc, down on the baseline to Ellsworth. They go inside high post, stolen away by BMU. Coming the other way, it's Poole, but he can't get it to go. Out of bounds off from BMU. It's going Oxbow's way. Alrighty, Oxbow coming the other way. Ball's being brought down by Pike. Pike gives it over to Smith. Smith back to Pike. Pike plays they're underneath their big guy, but he also plays out front. You see him bringing the ball up a lot. Ellsworth with it right now. He goes back to Pike. Pike over to Huntoon. Huntoon drives the baseline with a floater, and it's good. Oxbow scores the first points of this game, and it's 2-0. If you're just joining us, we're at BMU, where the BMU boys are taking on the Oxbow Olympians. Bringing it up is Cebu for BMU. Cebu going left, over into the corner to Houle. Houle back up top to Roberts. Roberts to Cebu. They go underneath to Scott. He gets double teamed. Looking for an outlet. He finally finds Daly. Connor Daly scores for BMU, and it's all knotted up. BMU in a half-court trap. They get it over. Ellsworth, he's quick. He goes hard. Euro step down underneath. Doesn't go. Rebound comes back out to Huntoon. Huntoon looks at the three and passes it up. They come back outside to Pike. Pike giving it over to Smith. Smith to Huntoon. Oxbow being careful with the ball, trying to get used to what they're going to do against this zone. Ellsworth loses the handle and recovers. Pike back out to Huntoon. He resets. Huntoon to Smith. They go high post to Griffin. Long three-point shot by Jaden Huntoon, and he gets the three, and it's Oxbow 5-2. All right, Cebu walks it down. Oxbow in a man-to-man defense. Cebu over the timeline, calls out the offense. Looking for Daly. Daly doesn't get open, so they cross again. Poole coming open, then Daly. Daly takes a quick dribble, goes in hard, gets partially blocked, no good. Back into Scott. Scott gets fouled.
Foul is going to go on.
I had to wake you up from your nap.
Jackson Griffin. Well, I was trying to see where they were going to stick it on.
Yeah. Inside Scott. Scott goes up against the glass. No good. Daly with a rebound. Daly's up. That's no good. Finally, Pike comes away. He pushes it out ahead to Huntoon. Huntoon pulls it back out. Huntoon pulls up at the foul line. No good. Then he goes off to Smith. Smith puts it up. That's no good. All right, Cebu with the ball, bringing it down. Crossover dribble, gets almost picked, but gives it off to Houle. Houle goes to Daly. Daly into Roberts. Roberts back to Cebu. Roberts with the ball. Roberts backs himself in, kicks back out to Cebu for the three. Cebu puts the three up, and that one's good, and we're all knotted up 5-5. Early in the first quarter, comes BMU looking for a half-court trap. Not there. They go across, long three-pointer by Huntoon, and he nails it. He's well beyond the arc. He's out college-level three-point, huh?
Yes, he was.
All right, 8-5, Oxbow Olympians. Here come the BMU Bucks. Cebu walks it over the timeline, being closely guarded by Ellsworth. Cebu took Daly. Daly goes high into Hool, pulls it out, and he gets his pocket picked by Huntoon. Huntoon goes to the rack. That's no good. Oxbow rebound being fought for, finally controlled by Griffin. Griffin goes to Huntoon. He drives in, pulls up, nothing there, no fouls called. Daly with the rebound. Daly to Hool for BMU. Hool being closely guarded and gets it over. Hool going in with his left. Nothing there. Almost finds Cebu, but it gets picked off by Ellsworth. Ellsworth goes coast to coast, and that's good for 2. 10-5 now as Oxbow's doubled up on BMU. BMU needing a basket here. Hool brings it over. He's looking for somebody who's being closely guarded, and Huntoon gets a foul. I know you're just filling in, but you planning on talking tonight?
Well, you're taking all my stuff.
Okay,
that's fine.
Go ahead.
We got a sub on the floor for Blue Mountain. LaCase will come in for Hool. Sideline out of bounds, Blue Mountain.
Cebu gets the ball on the inbounds pass. Oxbow in a man-to-man. Cebu setting up the play. He gets a high pick, drives down through the middle. He puts up a floater. That one's no good. Rebound by Pike. Pike looking to spread the floor. He pushes it out ahead, gets it to Smith. Smith back to Pike. Pike will throw up the 3. That one's no good, but Smith for Oxbow with the rebound and the putback. Smith is good for 2. It is 12-5 in favor of the Oxbow Olympians. BMU Cebu bringing it up kind of quietly. Cebu over the timeline. He almost gets his pocket picked, and he tries to go underneath, and Scott loses a handle.
Got a sub on the floor for Blue Mountain. Ferguson's going to come in for Cebu. Give him a break.
Ferguson had a pretty good game last time. I was listening. I heard you call his name a couple of times, his number. All right, Ellsworth for Oxbow. Ellsworth to Smith, out to Huntoon. Underneath to Griffin. Back out to Smith, over to Huntoon. Huntoon between his legs, no good. He tries to give it back, almost got his pocket picked, but Smith comes away with it, and then he does. Out ahead, here comes BMU, one-on-one going down low, and that one's no good by LaCase. Rebound by Oxbow, and going coast to coast again, and he gets the finger roll. That's Ellsworth. Ellsworth for 2. It's 14-5 in favor of the Oxbow Olympians. LaCase with the ball for BMU, looking for somebody to open up as he gets a double team. Ferguson now. Ferguson dribbles right. He splits the defenders, throws one up. That one's no good. Rebound by Ellsworth. Ellsworth pushes it out of Huntoon for the long one. It goes around and no good. And that's Daly with the rebound. Daly bringing it up himself, gives it off to Roberts. Roberts backs in, dribbles around, and he ends up traveling.
Yeah.
On a reverse dribble.
He was going to have to throw a spin move in there, but then he stopped halfway through it.
All right, Oxbow Olympians with the ball. Bringing it up is Ellsworth. Ellsworth goes left to Pike. Back to Ellsworth. Ellsworth for the 3. They like that arc. No good, but Griffin with a rebound for Oxbow and the putback off the glass. He kissed it off the glass, and now Oxbow's up 16-5. All right, Ferguson for Blue Mountain brings it up. He's being guarded by Ellsworth. Crossover dribble, just breaks the timeline, and he gets his pocket picked off from Ellsworth, but Blue Mountain retains possession on the out of bounds.
Oxbow's going to put a little pressure on this inbound.
Well, the ball handlers, Blue Mountain ball handlers, are on the bench right now. Hool and
trying to figure it out.
Right, and they do get the pick. Oxbow does. So Smith behind the back brings it up, gives it off to Pike. Pike to Smith, around to Huntoon. Huntoon looking inside. He tries to skip, but almost picked off. But Pike ends up with the ball. Pike underneath gives it out to Huntoon. Huntoon for the 3. That's no good. Rebound being fought for, and we've got a foul.
Oh, who are they going to stick that one on?
Looks like a BMU foul.
I believe it'll be on Scott. I think he's holding up 35.
Yep.
That should be on Scott. That'll be his first. Team's second.
I'm going to sub into the game for
It'll be the team's first.
BMU. Colby Daly comes into the game. So we have the Twins on the floor right now. I think we get them both on the floor right now. Oxbow with the ball. Oxbow Smith out top near the timeline. He goes right to Huntoon. Huntoon on the right-hand side between his legs, back out top to Smith. Smith over to Ellsworth. Ellsworth throws up the three-pointer. That's off the back of the rim. No good. BMU trying to catch a rebound. Evan Farguson gets that rebound. He gives it off over into the hands of LaCase. LaCase picks up his dribble, gives it down to Daly. Daly goes in, puts his head down, and he's going to get called for the offensive foul.
Can't be doing that.
Connor Daly had a pretty good move there. He just needed to go up with it, but he was trying to give himself a little more room.
Yep. Can't bulldoze.
Right. All right, well, everybody reset. So Oxbow with the ball. They inbounds to Ellsworth. Ellsworth bringing it up. He's walking it up as there's no pressure. BMU back in a 2-3 zone. He goes over and gets knocked away by LaCase, but stays Oxbow's ball. Oxbow inbounds Ellsworth. Ellsworth in the backcourt brings it into the forecourt and gives it off to Griffin. Griffin to Huntoon. Huntoon for the long shot. No good, and after one, it's 16-5 in favor of the Oxbow Olympians. We'll be right back after these messages.
Need a home makeover? Trust the experts at Batchelder Carpentry. With over 25 years of experience, they bring quality and craftsmanship to every project. Explore their services at vtcarpenter.com.
Need driver's ed? Eastern Vermont Driving Academy has new classes starting soon for Vermont teens. Learn safe habits and develop confidence. You can even take your DMV road test with us. Spots fill fast. Sign up at easternvtdriving.com.
Hi, I'm Jenny from Hastings Store in West Danville. Since 1913, our family's been proud to serve our neighbors and visitors with good food, friendly faces, and everything you need under one roof. Whether you're picking up fresh meats, maple syrup, or just stopping in for a cup of coffee and a story, you'll always be welcome here. Come on by Hastings Store, right on Route 2 in West Danville, and be part of a true Vermont tradition.
Join Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in supporting our local heroes on the basketball court. We're here for the games, and we're here for you. Community-focused and family-owned since 1952.
Welcome back. This is Robin Wozny alongside Trevor Ferguson. We're starting the second quarter when we start that quarter with a three by LaCase for BMU. It's 16-8 now in favor of the Olympians. Olympians bring it down. Ellsworth down on the baseline to Huntoon. Floater by Huntoon. Around the rim, won't go for him. Gets his own rebound, but he steps out of bounds. It's going to be BMU's ball.
It was a good move there by Huntoon, but just couldn't get it.
Did everything but fall through.
That's right.
Rolled around. Good move. All right, Oxbow with a little bit of pressure now. Daly out ahead to Lacoste, who brings it over the timeline. Oxbow drops back into their half-court man. Say boo. I think he got called for a travel, yeah. Forgot to put the ball on the floor. Yeah. All right, Oxbow with the ball. 7:14 left to go in the second period. 16-8. Oxbow around the rim. Smith takes the long shot for Oxbow, and that's good for three. How many three-pointers have they got this game?
That is
a couple.
That was Smith. Three. Yep. That is number 3 for him. There's been more, but I guess Blue Mountain's mostly been off the threes as well.
Right.
So we've been seeing a lot of threes.
LaCase just canned a two there, and he got fouled, so he's getting the bucket and the bruise here. Going to go to the line.
Stick that foul on Griffin Pike. It'll be his first.
Case checks the ball for air. Gives it a couple dribbles. Puts it up. That one's too long. Won't go. Rebound. Scott with the rebound. Tries to put it back. No good. Comes off to Smith. Smith. Ellsworth. Ellsworth to Pike. Pike tries to go underneath to a cutting Ellsworth, and they caught him, but he got fouled. He's going to go to the line.
like that's going to be on. I believe he held up, is that a 35 or a 25?
25.
25. Colby Daly. That'll be his first foul.
Ellsworth good on the one.
Team's first for the quarter.
It's ball back for a second. No dribble there. He doesn't care if it has air. He's throwing it up.
No time for that.
He hit a lot of rim, but no good. Rebound for Scott for BMU. Gives it off to LaCase. LaCase brings it up, and he gets his pocket pick going the other way. Is Ellsworth. He goes up to the rim, and he gets fouled.
No bucket there.
He will be going to the line now.
Well, it looks like that one's gonna stick to LaCase.
Is that his first?
His first, team's second.
Some subs waiting to come in for Oxbow. He's good on one. Ellsworth.
Oh, a couple subs for Oxbow. We'll have number 3, Brogdon Covey, and you catch the number?
Chase. The Chase boy.
Chase. Colin Chase. Yes.
Colin was our one of our MVPs one time. He came in off the bench and did a great job. All right, it's 21-10. Cebu, they try to force it inside to Scott, but he doesn't get a good seal, and Oxbow comes away with the ball. Pike, Huntoon to Ellsworth down on the baseline. Back to Huntoon up top. Huntoon back out to Pike. Pike goes right, back down on the baseline, and it's going to be Ellsworth for 3. Ellsworth's got himself a couple of threes, and that's at least third player with 3 points, I think, the three-pointers.
Yes, it is.
Stolen away by Ellsworth, and he gets an easy 2 there on this press that Oxbow is putting on him, and just like that, it's 26-10 in favor of the Olympians. They're trying to get the press breaker, and they had another steal there.
Steal and a foul. You're going to put that one on LaCase. The Oxbow's ball. That's 12 turnovers for Blue Mountain.
Yeah,
we got 5.5 minutes left in the second.
They can't do this against this Oxbow team. The Oxbow team can go 2 or 3 deep on the bench too. They've got a big JV squad, and they got a pretty big varsity squad. So mostly seniors on this varsity team. There's 4 seniors and a junior start. Ellsworth, the lone junior out there. Huntoon, a senior. Griffin Pike with the ball now. Pike goes inside to Chase. Chase back to Pike in a give and go, and Pike does a jump stop, but he gets stuffed and it's out of bounds. Inbounds for Oxbow. I'm just giving you a chance to talk, but if you got nothing to say, you got nothing to say. All right, lost the ball out of bounds, picked up by BMU's Daly. Daly finds Cebu. Cebu back to Daly. Down low to LaCase. LaCase dribbling. He drives. No good. Kicks back out to Daly. Shot goes up off the rim. No good, and it's going to be off from Oxbow. It's going to be a white ball.
The baseline inbounds for Blue Mountain.
Inside to Cebu. He waits for the defender to pass, and he skins it for 2. 26-12. Cebu with that last basket. Pike brings it up for Oxbow. Pike over to Ellsworth. Ellsworth for 3, no good, but a rebound by Pike, and he gets the putback. 28-12. Cebu with the ball, trying to break this press from Oxbow. They finally Cebu, and we've got a timeout by BMU. Let's send it back to the studio and hear from some of our sponsors, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Located at the gateway to the Groton State Forest, the Upper Valley Grill and General Store in Groton is where you'll always find good food seasoned with local gossip and served with freshly brewed Green Mountain coffee. Fill up the rig or pick up snacks, ice-cold beverages, and convenience items. Stay for a hearty meal from the grill or enjoy takeout nightly. At the junction of routes 232 and 302 in Groton, it's the Upper Valley Grill and General Store.
Valley Floors in Bradford is proud to be a sponsor of local high school basketball. Valley Floors sends best wishes to the teams for another successful basketball season. The schedule promises a lot of exciting moments. Valley Floors invites you to visit their showroom in Bradford. For additional information, log on to valleyfloorsinc.com and be sure to like them on Facebook.
Welcome back here at BMU, where the Oxbow boys are enjoying a 28-12 lead in the second period. We're about halfway through the second period. It's going to be BMU's ball. BMU Cebu bringing it down off to Daly. Daly back to Cebu. Around the corner they go to LaCase. LaCase to Cebu. Cebu inside to Scott. Scott looking to get something to happen. He can't find any daylight. He gets his ball back. They go inside to Cebu. Can't find the handle. Coming away with it is Oxbow's Ellsworth. Ellsworth. Around the corner, Griffin. Huntoon. Back out to Griffin. Gets a pick from Chase. Down low to Covey. Back out to Griffin. Griffin giving it over to Ellsworth. Ellsworth directing traffic. Finds Griffin Pike at the top of the key, and he's good for two. 30-12. Long pass into Scott. And Scott almost lost it, and then off his foot, LaCase, and it's out of bounds. Another turnover for BMU.
They've got to get it together. Oh.
Almost a line violation for Oxbow, but bringing it down. Pike is bringing it down. BMU staying in that zone. You think they'd want to try something up, change it up just a little bit, change this game. But
got to get outside.
Yeah, Covey with the ball, back out to Pike. They go in high post to Ellsworth, and he, 12-foot jumper, he says that's good. I'll take it. 32-12. Oxbow up by 20. Get a shout out to H in the man cave there. He's inside to Scott. Scott tries to go bounce pass down underneath, but Huntoon picks that one off. Huntoon says, I'm going the other way. Gives it out to Ellsworth. Ellsworth inside to Chase. Back out to Huntoon. Huntoon down through the middle with a floater. That one won't go. Rebound is out of bounds.
Oh, some very good ball movement by Oxbow. Sub on the floor for Blue Mountain. That'll be Connor Daly checking in for Onyx Scott.
All right, inbounds, long inbounds pass to Huntoon. Huntoon out top to Pike. Pike dribbles, gives it back to Huntoon. Huntoon on the left-hand side, back to Pike up top. Pike dribbles in, drives, back kick to Huntoon. Three-pointer is no good. Rebound by Daly. Daly gives it off to Cebu as he comes down. 32-12. BMU trying to get something going against this Oxbow squad. Cebu down on the baseline to LaCase. He dribbles in, no place to go. Kick back to Connor Daly. Daly puts it up, and that one's no good. It's an air ball.
Subs on the floor for Oxbow. The Jonathan Smith and Jackson Griffin.
We're gonna have to start our colorful language here and start ticking those off pretty soon here. 20-point lead already for Oxbow. We've got 2 minutes left to go before the half. Pike with the ball, kicks it out to Smith. Smith drives the baseline, gives it in to Griffin. Back out to Huntoon. Huntoon drives a floater, and that one's good for Huntoon. 34-12. A lot of scoring by Oxbow, and a lot of different people getting in on the scoring. LaCase brings the ball down, gives it off to Cebu, who starts the offense. Down on the baseline to Daly, and it's knocked away by Oxbow. It's going to be BMU's ball.
Subs on the floor. We have Brody Scott and Landon Hoole for Blue Mountain.
Inbounds
and
to
Trenton for Oxbow.
Scott back to Roberts. Roberts puts it up. That's no good. Rebound by Oxbow. That's Oxbow's Trenton. Down is Ellsworth. He goes up for the layup. That one's no good. Hoole for BMU with the rebound. Down to Daly. Daly drives the baseline. He puts it up. Can't get it to go. Out of bounds. It's going to stay BMU's ball.
Roberts taking it out for Blue Mountain under their own basket. Sub for Oxbow. Covey will come in for Ellsworth.
Oxbow enjoying a 22-point lead as Daly puts up a three off the back of the rim. No good. And Huntoon for Oxbow with the rebound. Huntoon gives it off to Smith. Smith pushes it out ahead to Covey. Covey puts up the three, and that one's good for Covey. And he's at least the third, if not the fourth, Oxbow scorer with a three-pointer.
He's the fourth.
BMU finally breaks the pressure. Daly with the ball. Daly to Cebu. Cebu puts it up. Has he scored yet?
Cebu?
He's been pretty quiet if he has.
He's got 5.
And he's averaging 11 point something, so hopefully he can hit his average here. Johnny Smith for Oxbow with the ball. 30 seconds left to go. Cebu knocks it away, but he ends up on the line, so it's going to stay Oxbow's ball with 27 seconds to go.
Sideline out of bounds, Oxbow. They get it into the backcourt.
Back to Smith. Smith running the offense here. He's got Huntoon to his left, and he's got Covey to his right. Looks like they're ready to take a last shot, maybe. Huntoon back to Smith, back to Huntoon. Huntoon looks baseline. He goes cross-court to Covey. Covey gives it back out to Smith. Smith, 5 seconds left to go. He dribbles around a couple players. They go down baseline, throwing it up, and it's good. That's Covey, I believe. Is that right? Oxbow's number 3 is Brogan Covey for 2. And that'll do it at the half. It's 12-39 in favor of the Oxbow Olympians. We'll be right back after these messages.
Riverside Design Works is proud to support WYKR's live coverage of high school basketball. This season, we're cheering for teamwork on and off the court and celebrating the community that makes our neck of the woods great. Riverside Design Works. Design that scores every time.
Today's high school basketball game is sponsored by Todd Holt Physical Therapy in Wells River. Todd Holt Physical Therapy offers a wide range of services to help you feel your best. Don't wait to start feeling better. Visit ToddHoltPhysicalTherapy.com or call 802-757-8000 today.
Discover a church where everyone is welcome and faith feels like home. The Wells River Congregational Church invites you to join us for worship, fellowship, and community at 76 Main Street in Wells River. Come as you are, leave uplifted.
Join Margaret Pratt Community's team in Bradford, Vermont. We're hiring passionate caregivers. Enjoy benefits like health insurance, paid time off, and a supportive environment. Apply now at margaretpratt.org.
Welcome back. This is Robin Wozni alongside Trevor Ferguson here at BMU in an afternoon game where Oxbow is leading the BMU boys by a score of 39-12. We're getting ready to chuck a duck. How do you think you do on this game right here, this chuck a duck?
I feel like I could do pretty good. They got to let us know.
They might.
We never get a duck.
We never get a duck. Do you have to pay for the ducks?
I think so. I think you pay for a duck, and it's a 50-50 pot.
But maybe they'd let you stand like where the little kids stand. That might give you a better chance. Nobody's throwing.
I feel pretty good from where we are right now. I bet I could put one in.
Yeah.
Oh,
there was a close one. There was a close. In and out. Who was that? The duck throwing continues. A couple people have hit the bucket. Nothing in yet. This is as good as the action gets here at BMU this afternoon. Chucking ducks everywhere. Oh, and they don't think anybody got in. Do you get for being closer? It's got to go in the bucket.
I think it's closest.
Closest to the bucket? Well, might be. At, was it Dartmouth I went to? They put a mat down, and they chuck a duck, and they have a bullseye in the middle. So you got to come close to that bullseye. So somebody wins. Who wins? I don't know who that is, but
they're a winner.
67. Everybody in the gym is going 6-7, 6-7, right?
Geez.
Yeah.
I'm on the broadcast.
All right, Trev, you got the scoring action for the first half?
Yes, we can go down through some stats. We'll start with Blue Mountain. Starting with Landon Houle, he has 2 points and a rebound. Dylan LaCase has 5 points. Evan Ferguson has a rebound. Jamal Cebu has 5 points. Colby Daly has a rebound. Brody Scott has 2 rebounds. And Connor Daly has 3 rebounds. For Oxbow, Jaden Huntoon has 10 points and 2 rebounds. Jonathan Smith has 5 points and 2 rebounds. Brogan Covey has 5 points. Coben Ellsworth has 12 points and 3 rebounds. And Griffin Pike has 6 points and 4 rebounds. And Caleb Tranton has a rebound.
Yeah. So, I think that Oxbow's just got more scorers.
They
certainly
have some spread out scoring.
Yeah, you can't cover just one guy on the 3. They've got at least 3 guys who can shoot the 3, if not 4. And on the other side, BMU hasn't been hitting much beyond the arc. And they're overmanned when they go inside. BMU hasn't come away with a clean snatch and putback, you know what I mean, or anything like that. So I think they're just being a little outgunned right now by the Oxbow Olympians. Don't forget, at the conclusion of this game, we're going to give away a Green Mountain Merchandise Player of the Game T-shirt. The kids love that. And Trevor's getting on the stats to figure out who deserves that. It's not always the person who scores the most, but
biggest impact we go with.
Real impact to the game, has changed the game around. So BMU down by 27. They've got to be talking in the locker room about what to do to make up some of that. It is a big hill to climb. And we'll come back and do You Be the Coach. What coach you want to be tonight?
I'll be Oxbow.
You'll be Oxbow, the winning coach as usual, but that's okay. We'll talk about it. All right, we'll be right back after these messages with You Be the Coach.
Winter grime from road salt and slush doesn't just look bad, it can damage your home surfaces. Northeast Wash tackles it all, from driveways to siding. Locally owned, professionally done. Stay clean this season. Visit northeastpowerpro.com and let Scott and the team take it from there.
Oliver Landworks in Groton is a proud sponsor of high school basketball on WYKR. If you or someone you know is planning a project, visit Oliver Landworks LLC on Facebook or call 802-535-5062 today.
When you're stuck on the side of the road, call Precision Towing and Recovery in Corinth. They offer light and medium duty towing, recovery, roadside assistance, and equipment hauling. Their soft strap, no scratch method ensures safe handling, perfect for family cars or classics alike. Fully insured and locally trusted, they're ready around the clock to get you moving. Learn more at precisiontowingandrecoveryvt.com. Precision Towing and Recovery, Corinth's dependable roadside team.
I'm Darren Sherburne, real estate broker, and I help buyers and sellers throughout New Hampshire and Vermont with steady guidance and clear communication. Explore current listings, resources, and a simple contact form at DarrenSherburnRealtor.com. When you're ready to talk about your next move, visit DarrenSherburnRealtor.com.
Welcome to Cottage Hospital.
The mission at Cottage Hospital is to strengthen the health of the community by providing accessible, compassionate, quality health care. Cottage Hospital believes that healing involves the emotional, spiritual, social, and environmental needs of the patient. Cottage Hospital is committed to finding innovative ways in which they can enhance the medical care they provide.
Welcome back to afternoon basketball on WYKR. This is Robin Wozni alongside Trevor Ferguson. We are at the Harry M. Rowe Gymnasium here in Wells River, Vermont, where the BMU Bucks are taking on the Oxbow Olympians in boys basketball. We are at the half, 39-12. It's been all Oxbow. We're here to do You Be the Coach, and Trevor has decided that he wants to be the winning coach because he wants to be on easy streak today because he's filling in for slacker Neil Emerson, right?
Yeah, I'm not in. I wasn't prepared, you know. You're filling in quick, but I'll do it. Do my part.
So what's Oxbow talking about in the locker room?
Well, I think they can kind of, and you can't relax. You don't need to relax. It's certainly a good game to work on some things that I think kind of focus on. The guys that are scoring, they're not throwing up a pile of garbage shots and just getting a handful to fall. They're putting up good looks. They're getting wide open shots. They're fighting down low to get those nice floaters or nice bunnies. So I think I'd tell those guys just to keep on it. If you're getting open shots, take them. You certainly feel good about it. So keep shooting, keep working down bottom. You might as well score. And then on the defensive end, I'm sure they'll probably pull back some of their press because, I mean, it's a pretty sizable lead. But just keep the hands up, get in the passing lanes. I mean, Blue Mountain had 15 turnovers in the half. And Oxbow had 4, so
it might be a good time to
get in the way and
give some of their bench guys, rotate them in and get them some experience on the floor with the starters in case somebody should happen to get into foul trouble.
You might as well, but keep it on, and it kind of, I mean, you hope not, but it kind of, Blue Mountain came out of the locker room very early, so hopefully they didn't just accept some fate here. I don't think they'll be pushing too hard, but work on some good things while you have a game to do it.
Well,
ready for the next.
Yeah, on the other side, if I'm Mike Scott and my Bucks come out and they've played flat in the first half, it's almost like they expect to lose. And when you're coaching a team that hasn't won one yet, it's hard to get some momentum going and to excited about playing, but they've got to generate something exciting. And so I would look for them, does it matter if you lose by 20 or if you lose by 50? I would try to generate some pressure on the ball, whether they go half-court man-to-man if they don't want to go full-court pressure, or they do some sort of full-court trap in a zone manner. They've got to create some pressure and some momentum getting the ball going up and down the floor, because Oxbow's going to be content just to walk it down, take the best shot they can get, take time off the clock, and go home and go snowmobiling or something, you know? So I think BMU's just got to try to create something, and somewhere you got to light a fire under this team. And I think Coach Mike Scott's still looking for, they graduated quite a bit last year, but I think he's still looking for 5 guys who can play well together. We haven't seen him
amped up. He come out with a clipboard that was intact and a good marker, so you got to break one of those.
That's right. You got to knock that against the bench.
I've been in this position, and
that's right.
We didn't come out with full markers or
clipboards,
whiteboards
right.
after those. Usually one of those ended up across the
light
lockers.
them up, right? I've done that when my kids have, I had some pretty good teams, and we played games that weren't very competitive, but they were playing flat, and I still had to go in and light them up a little bit.
Got to. Can't let them slack off, or this will turn into a 50-point game.
We don't see much different going on here, other than maybe it looks like a box and one with that doesn't make sense with Smith over there. But it's looking, again, 2-3 defense. I don't see much defensive adjustment, at least in this first possession. Oxbow with the ball. They jump out to Smith. Smith with a three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Scott. Scott gives it to Cebu. Out ahead to Houle. Houle with the ball. He goes to Daly. Daly looking inside, nothing good. Takes a couple of dribbles, pull-up jumper by Daly. That one's around the rim, no good. Rebound by Ellsworth for Oxbow. He gives it off to Pike. Pike back to Ellsworth. Ellsworth baseline to Smith. Smith drives baseline, gives it underneath. Tapped away. Smith comes away with it, though. Pike into the hands of Griffin. Griffin gets it knocked away, and Houle gets the steal on that one. Turnover for Oxbow. Houle with the ball. Over to Daly. Daly driving down, goes baseline to Roberts. Roberts makes himself some room, puts up the bunny. He can't get it to fall. Ball is fought for, and it's out of bounds, and it's going to be white ball.
But one halfway length of the court for it kind of
nobody
got out
had
of there.
control.
Everybody's
Right?
diving after it.
Roberts takes it out for BMU. He gives it into Houle. Houle to LaCase. LaCase back to Roberts. Roberts gets it knocked away back to Cebu. Cebu puts it up, air ball. Nothing good there except for into the hands of Smith. Smith driving down, and from behind, Cebu knocks it out of bounds.
Stay Oxbow's ball under their own basket. Ellsworth will take it out.
We got
sub on the floor.
Sub on the floor.
It's going to be Brogan Covey for Oxbow.
Smith takes a back bench, and then in the meantime, we got a three-pointer thrown up by Huntoon, and that's good for Huntoon. Cebu with the ball for BMU. We're in the third period here. Oxbow leads 42-12, so BMU down by 30. They got to find something here that's positive for them. Cebu drives down, and he gets offensive foul on Cebu, trying to create room, right? No?
It looks like that's what he motioned for, but
it looks
no.
like a defensive foul. Okay. I didn't see the offensive thing, but yeah, he did kind of motion an elbow foul.
They're going to stick that on Griffin Pike. That'll be his second.
Inbounds to Scott. Scott puts it up off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound by Griffin. Griffin out ahead quickly, and it's Ellsworth who cashes in on that one. Oxbow scoring quickly and at will, pretty much. Cebu for BMU with the ball. BMU having a hard time finding anything against this man-to-man. Cebu goes finally, drives in, and he kisses it off the glass and breaks the BMU drought. Griffin Pike, over to Huntoon. Huntoon with another three-pointer, kisses it off the glass, and that one's good from the baseline. 47-14 as Oxbow, builds their lead, if you will. No timeout in the whole first half, was there, from Blue Mountain? Or was there? That was an Oxbow, was it?
There was one.
Okay, I didn't remember, was it Oxbow timeout or Blue Mountain timeout?
Foul on the floor. Gonna stick that one on, I think that'll be on Griffin Pike
A couple subs in for BMU. LaCase and Ferguson in for BMU, maybe looking for some shooting. Inbounds to Cebu. Cebu with a three-pointer. That's way short. No good. Griffin with the rebound. Out ahead to Huntoon. Huntoon around back. Why is that not a travel?
I don't know. Looks like he got blocked out of bounds by Ferguson. So
looks like he traveled. He passed himself the ball.
Yeah. Ellsworth out of bounds on the baseline.
Covey to Huntoon. Huntoon gets double-teamed. He finds Ellsworth. Ellsworth driving the baseline. He goes in off the glass, and that one's good. As he beat much quicker. He beat his defender pretty quickly. 49-14, 5 minutes left to go. Oxbow drops back into a half-court man. Cebu beats his man, finger roll down underneath, and he gets the foul.
Oh, that foul is going to go on, I believe, Ellsworth. Yes, it will. That'll be his first.
All right, I'm pulling out the scrap sheet here. You go ahead and call this foul shot.
Team's third. Cebu at the line for two. First shot for Cebu is up, and that's good for one. Cebu at the line for two. Second shot. It's up. No good. Rebound by Roberts.
Roberts
He's going to get fouled.
Gets fouled underneath. So we get 3 Oxbow fouls. This could be the fourth. That's the fourth Oxbow foul this quarter. 4:52 left to go.
Stuck that one on Jackson Griffin. That'll be his second.
Roberts trying to inbound the ball. Down on the baseline, he finds Ferguson. Ferguson looks at the three. It's not there. Gives it off to Cebu. Cebu with the floater, and that one's no good. Rebound for Ellsworth. Ellsworth coming hard, one defender to beat, and he does. Gets it by him, but no good. Ferguson with the rebound. Ferguson finds LaCase. LaCase out ahead to Cebu. Cebu down on the baseline, and Scott can't find the handle, and it's out of bounds. Going the other way. 4:30 left to go. 49-15 in favor of the Olympians. Bringing it down is Pike. No pressure by Oxbow. They're content to come back and play in this 3-2 zone. Down on the baseline, Covey beats his man, gives it to Griffin, dumps it off, and Griffin's good for two. That's Griffin Pike, by the way. I got two of them. That was Griffin Pike, by the way, who scored that, not
Jackson Griffin.
Not Jackson Griffin. Get the two of them crossed up sometimes. But LaCase with a bank shot, and that one's good for two. 51-17 here. Oxbow has tripled up on these Bucks. They've moved the ball around this zone pretty neatly, and they've got a ton of three-point shooters, and those guys can get by their man if they come out to play them, as we just saw Huntoon do, and Huntoon's good for another two. Don't forget, at the conclusion of this game, we've got to give the Green Mountain Merchandise Player of the Game to some deserving player here. Cebu with a shot. He pulls up. It's garbage time for BMU, I think. It's garbage time period. We're only in the third period. 3:24, and we've got a timeout. So we got a timeout on the floor to get some subs in. We'll be right back after these messages.
Today's high school basketball game is sponsored by the Berwick Agency, serving the insurance needs of drivers, homeowners, farmers, contractors, and businesses. Visit the Berwick Agency at 185 Church Street, Peacham, where you are treated like family. Visit berwickagency.com today.
When our family took over Calkins portable toilets, we knew we had big shoes to fill. But we are proud to carry on their tradition of helping Vermont and New Hampshire get the job done. Weddings, fairs, campgrounds, and construction crews too. Yeah, we've got you. From our family to yours, thanks for supporting local. Visit CalkinsPortableToilets.com or call 802-684-2255 today. We're still number one and the number two business in the NEK.
Thompson Fuels in Bradford is the kind of place that still feels local, because it is. We answer our phones, and our office is open weekdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays during the heating season, 9 a.m. to noon. Need to switch providers? We can make that happen. We can get customers moved to Thompson quickly without the runaround. Stop by our office in Bradford or visit us now at thompsonfuels.com.
Welcome back. This is Robin Wozni alongside Trevor Ferguson. We've got a bit of a lopsided affair going on here at BMU as the Oxbow Olympian boys are leading 53-19 in the third period. We got 2.5 minutes left to go in the third period. Oxbow with the ball. Three-point shot goes up, and they're living by that three. Who was that, Covey?
That was.
Covey with the three there. He was in my blind spot for a minute. But Cebu brings the ball down for BMU. 56-19. Oxbow staying in that man. Cebu dribbling it off. Gives it into Roberts. Roberts goes inside to Scott, and Scott banks it off the glass, and he is good for two. It's the first clean swipe Scott's really had inside there. Here come the Olympians. Chase kind of on the pass. It gets knocked away, but it stays Oxbow's ball.
Subs on the floor. Who will come in for Blue Mountain? Steigels will come in for Oxbow, and Bonser will also come in for Oxbow.
I got a Ryan Ferguson shout out here. So shout out to Ryan Ferguson. He's begging for one because he's a shout out guy. Also want to give a shout out to Jeannie Pike from East Corinth. She's listening today. Jeannie's a loyal listener, and we can always count on her catching the action here. We also have shout outs to Carl and Patch, and shout out to Mike. So Jeannie Pike, Carl and Patch, Mike, and Ryan the Slacker Ferguson. That would be Neil the Slacker Emerson, but they're close. They're close, you know. You can't tell the two apart sometimes. We had a score down on the other end. Who was that?
Cebu with the mid-range.
All right, and Oxford BMU just got the steal, so it's going to be Cebu driving. He puts it up and kisses it off the glass. He's going to get the bucket and the bruise as they set him down on his wallet on the way into the basket
there. You go.
You like that one? I worked that one in, huh? Set him down on his wallet.
Cebu's finally showing up to the game here with some scoring in the third.
Yeah, he was quiet in the first half. I wonder what that was all about.
He's at the line now. And he's good.
All right, so 56-26, a 30-point Oxbow lead now. Here come the Olympians. They've got a few subs on the floor, so I got to pull out my sheet. I have all the starters memorized, but Covey's running the point. He gives it off over to Steigels. Steigels down on the low side. Inside they go to Trenton, and that one gets picked off. Back out ahead to Cebu, and it's garbage time here at BMU with a minute left to go in the third period. It's 56-28. Cebu on the score of that one. Down on the baseline, we had a little hop, so that was a travel by Trenton. And this is a good experience for these Olympians. They get to play against some varsity players, and
Blue Mountain's got pretty much their whole starting lineup in still, and Oxbow's pretty much completely on a bench squad right now.
Yeah,
that's probably why we're seeing some scoring on Blue Mountain's end.
Right. All right, Cebu brings the ball up, gives it over to Houle. Houle drives in. Houle looking to put it up, jacks it back out to LaCase. LaCase puts up the shot, no good. Rebound by Chase for Oxbow. Chase gives it off over into the hands of Trenton. Trenton brings it up. He goes left. Steigels to Trenton, down to Chase at the high post, down low to Covey, back into Chase. Nice passing there. Rebound by Oxbow, put up by Steigels. No good, no foul. And I got an out-of-bounds call. The officials have decided it's probably not worth blowing the whistle and stopping the game at this point, too.
No,
19 seconds left to go. Cebu with the ball. Cebu's had a good third period here, but they haven't gotten much closer. Cebu brings it up between the legs, being guarded one-on-one by Covey. Cebu goes right, Euro step in, no good on the floater. Rebound being fought for. It's back into the hands of LaCase. LaCase puts it up. That's no good. At the end of three, it's 56-28 in favor of the Oxbow Olympians. We'll be right back after these messages.
Tonight's coverage of local high school basketball is brought to you by Ahead, affordable housing, education, and development, helping North Country families find safe, affordable homes and build stronger communities for tomorrow. Learn more at homesahead.org.
Rise and Run Timber Frames in Groton is a proud sponsor of this year's local high school basketball games. Rise and Run Timber Frames is a local, family-owned and operated timber frame business. Are you planning a new home, barn, or outbuilding project? We can help you make your dreams a reality. Find us on Facebook or contact Brian and Jody at riseandruntimberframes@gmail.com or call 802-222-0774.
Hi, I'm Liz from Capstone Community Action. I want to share a quick story about Bruce, a visitor to our food shelf in his 60s and a proud cancer survivor. When he could no longer return to work, he had to rely on disability benefits, barely enough to cover bills, let alone food, and he didn't qualify for 3 Squares Vermont. This winter, many neighbors like Bruce need us, and we need you. Please support Capstone's Fuel Your Neighbors campaign, presented by East Rise and sponsored by Vermont Blue Advantage and Mascoma Bank. Give today at fuelyourneighbors.org.
Green Mountain Merchandise has been making Vermont shine for nearly 40 years. Whether it's custom t-shirts, embroidered hats, or event swag, they bring your vision to life. Proudly local, proudly yours. Check out Green Mountain Merchandise in Wells River or visit greenmountainmerchandise.com. Join Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in supporting our local heroes on the basketball court. We're here for the games and we're here for you. Community-focused and family-owned since 1952.
Welcome back. This is Robin Wozni alongside Trevor Ferguson here at BMU, where Oxbow is enjoying a 56-30 lead. So I have a couple of shout-outs here. Let's run down through them. Carl and Patch are listening from the Man Cave up there up in God's country. And we got Mike's listening in Haverhill. Jeannie's listening out in Topson, I think. Ryan says he's listening, and Marcia and Ava up in South Reigate are listening. So thank you guys all for listening. If you would like a shout-out, send me a text at 802-353-3770. Cebu for BMU with the ball. Gives it to Scott. Scott from the top of the key, no good. Looks to follow it, but he's fouled as he goes over the back of a Oxbow player, I think.
Looks like it. That'll be his second foul.
Ryan's sending me some phrases I can use.
Oh, good. We need some more of those.
We need some more phrases, that's right. All righty, Oxbow with the ball. Oxbow goes into their high post Chase. Chase gives it back out to the baseline, trying to dribble through traffic, but he gets a foul, I believe. It's going to stay Oxbow's ball. Mia and Riley and Jordy are listening, and Link's listening as well. Massachusetts, or are they home for the weekend?
Supposed to be up north.
Up north, huh? All righty, here comes Oxbow around the rim. Oxbow gives it back out into the hands of, I got to get my score sheet, down to Chase. I remember his name. He goes up, no good. Rebound by Houle for BMU. 6:29 left to play in the fourth period. Cebu with the ball up top. Cebu to Ferguson. Ferguson back to Cebu. Cebu travels as he tries to split his defenders. There's some subs coming back in for Oxbow.
Fresh ones.
Yeah.
Looks like we got Tanner Vernier and
Kingsley Swingforth.
Yep.
All right, with the ball is Covey. Covey, high post to Chase, down on the baseline to Bernier, puts up the shot. That's no good. Rebound by LaCase. LaCase off to Houle, and here he goes over the timeline, running the point. Gives it to Cebu. Cebu splitting the defenders up and underneath. The Dipsy Doodle won't go. And rebounded by Covey. He's looking to go coast to coast, but he gets it knocked out of bounds by Houle, and it goes off Covey, and BMU's going to have the ball.
Ferguson inbounds for Blue Mountain to Cebu.
Cebu dribbling it up. BMU in no hurry here. They're just going to run what they're going to run and see what happens, I guess. LaCase underneath. That's no good.
Foul on the floor.
I should say the bucket went in, but I think it was a foul first.
Say number 25? 25. Caleb Trenton. That's his first.
Ryan says he's out there listening on our app, and he says it's a great way to listen. It's coming in crystal clear. So
nice.
You too could download the WYKR app here and listen to us anywhere, anytime, right?
Yes, I don't know why you'd want to miss it. So you
I
might
know.
as well have it.
I listened to you guys from Maine. Sounded good. Cebu, he slashes in there. No good. Rebound. Oh, we got our first scrum of the night.
Yes, there's 3. That's only the first one. That's part of the problem with this score is nobody's been scrumming
Nobody's
for it.
been scrumming after the ball. Nobody wants it. 56-30, 5:23 left to go. Oxbow with the lead over BMU. Here at BMU. Next up, next Friday night, we'll be back here at BMU where the girls will be hosting Danville, the Danville Bears. That's the Milk Bowl, I think. Have they played yet? Usually the second game of the season, they call it the Milk Bowl. There's a little trophy. There's a little rotating trophy. You think I'm kidding you, don't you? Not.
Oh, well.
It was started by, I don't know if it's the Elks Club or it's the... It was started by some club, and they rotate that little trophy. Anyways, during the last game of the season, with the between Danville and BMU, Cebu throws up a 3, and he's still on fire here, and you can see where he gets his. He's leading all scorers with averaging 11.3 points a game, but I don't know. Do they all come after they're this far behind when nobody's playing defense, or what? Three-pointer by Oxbow goes up, and that's another player for Oxbow throwing in the three-pointer is Swingforth. So they've had, you count them up, how many different guys with threes on the team?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different guys.
Cebu throws it up, no good. Rebound by Scott. I'm sorry, LaCase. LaCase puts that one in for 2. 5 different guys, is that what you told me?
Yep.
5 different guys with at least one three-pointer for Oxbow, some with a couple. All right. Around the horn they go. Covey with the ball. Covey down low to Bernier. Bernier throws up the 3. That's no good. LaCase skies up, gets the rebound, gives it off to Jamal. Cebu trying to pass it inside, and that one gets picked off by Oxbow. Bringing it up for Oxbow is Trenton. Trenton down on the baseline. Trenton back up top. Oxbow with the ball. And that was number 3 for Oxbow. That was Brogan Covey for 3. Was that a three-pointer? No, it was.
The other hand's
62-53. Josh tells us from the station that somebody from Tanzania is listening. Also from Tanzania. There we go.
And you're teaching me.
I don't teach social studies. I teach math. We don't need to know words for math.
Sure.
We also got Western Canada, Germany, Belgium, New York City, Kansas, Florida, Texas. I think I may have missed one. Texas, Oregon, and North Carolina. Everybody likes to listen to basketball on WYKR.
It's like Blue Mountain kind of unloaded their bench.
Yeah. So
you got bench versus bench here.
All righty. Now I got to learn the Blue Mountain names. Robbins for BMU brings the ball up. It's 64-35. 3 minutes left to go. Long shot, nothing but a rebound by one of the Daly twins.
Connor.
That one's Connor Daly, good for 2. Here come the Oxbow Olympians as it's the benches playing. Go inside to Chase. Chase gets quadruple teamed, and he gets fouled. That's only going to be BMU's second foul, so they're going to take the ball out of bounds. Who else you got? Father, is that your father?
Yeah.
Oh, so shout out to Scott Ferguson. We thought the slacker would show up to the ball game, but he didn't, huh? And to Jordan and Dartmouth. They went to the Dartmouth-Cornell game?
Guess so.
Well, think he learned anything there?
Probably, but I don't know if he'll be able to apply it.
We had Oxbow turnover there. 2:43 left to go in this period. 64-37. This game has been over since halfway through the second period, I think.
I would say
Oxbow didn't, BMU had a chance to come out of the locker room and try something different and just didn't work. I got my phone too close to the cords here, so if you're hearing static, that's my getting some text messages. So,
you got a foul after a rebound by Bentley Robbins for Blue Mountain. I believe he got fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2.
H is talking trash. I can't quite catch what he's talking about, but he keeps talking trash. All right.
First shot's up, no good.
We get more text messages. We got to keep up with this.
Blowing up.
We'll have to do our shout-outs here.
Second shot's no good. Rebound by Chase.
Carl is trying to get Josh back at the studio to do a softball game. BMU Oxbow softball games at Classics. That would be fun to do a game or two. It's earlier in the day, though. It's hard to do. But I got from Mike tells me it's 9-2 in favor of the Bruins back home.
Oh.
So Bruins whooping up on somebody pretty good. As Oxbow back here in Blue Mountain, Oxbow's passing around. 1:56 left to go, under 2 minutes now. 64-37, Oxbow lead. Oxbow around the horn. Trenton with the ball. He gives it inside. Nice little pass to Chase. Chase misses the bunny, but Trenton gets his own rebound, gets the rebound, gives it back. Fall to 0-6. You want to run down the scorers, please?
Sure can. We'll start with Blue Mountain. Bentley Robbins with a point. Landon Houle, 2 points, 2 rebounds. Dylan LaCase, 9 points, 2 rebounds. Onyx Scott with 1 point and 4 rebounds. And Jacob Roberts with a rebound.
And for the Oxbow Olympians.
For Oxbow, Jaden Huntoon, 18 points, 2 rebounds. Jonathan Smith, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Brogan Covey. Oh, I screwed him up a little bit. Let me grab his points.
Brogan Covey.
He had 11 and a rebound. Colby Steigels with a rebound. Coben Ellsworth, 16 points, 5 rebounds. Jackson Griffin, 2 rebounds. Griffin Pike, 8 points, 4 rebounds. Samuel Bronzer with 2 points. Kinsley Swingforth with 3 points. Caleb Tranton with 3 rebounds. And Colin Chase with 2 points and 2 rebounds.
All right, and our Green Mountain merchandise player of the game, Trevor.
That will go to Coben Ellsworth of the Oxbow Olympians with 16 points and 5 rebounds.
All right, so that's going to do it here at BMU. This is, again, Robin Wozni alongside Trevor Ferguson. Next up is Friday night. We'll be back here at BMU where the girls are going to take on the Danville Bears. That game time is at 6 o'clock, so a little different game time. No JV game, just a varsity game at 6 o'clock next Friday night. All right? That's going to do it here. Thank you for listening, and keep warm.